Tiffany, and I'm back with a video. In today's video, I want to show you how I color on my iPad. So I've got my iPad open. I've just scanned a page out of this book right here by Hatchet Heroes, Disney Babies, the mystery books. And the best way I can find to turn a scanned image into a photo, because that's what you need to do, is I screenshot the scanned image. I literally scanned it out on a scanning app on my iPad. And the reason why I like to scan it versus taking a photo is because the scanner app can get it really more crisp and flatter, and you can see the numbers better for color by numbers. So I like scanning it first and then taking a screenshot of that scan and then save it to my photos. So here's the scanned image. And then if you go back, I'll show you my scanning app that I installed, which is this one right here. It's called DocuScanner. And yeah, you can scan any coloring book page that you already own using that. I'm sure there's other scanner apps out there as well. So now I'm going to go to Procreate, which looks like this. Let's go back to the main screen. The Procreate app is $10, but it's a one-time purchase in the App Store. And the little icon looks like this, and it's called Procreate, for those of you that don't know. And then this is what the interface looks like when you open it. You can tell I've been working in here quite a bit. These are all drawings and paintings that I have been working on. And what's cool is you can stack them into stacks. So these are some color by numbers that I've already done. This one is from Sachin Sachdeva's Halloween stained glass. Let's see, here's another one, stained glass image. Another one. So you can see how many of these I've already done. Oh, this is a Color Questopia one that I did. So it's really a lot of fun to do it in this app. Here's a Joanna Basford from her New Worlds of Wonder that I scanned that I'm working on. I mean, the good thing about using Procreate is the colors are endless. You don't have to worry about a marker drying out on you in the middle of coloring a page and having to buy more markers. You literally have a whole color palette to your disposal. Any color that you can think of, you can find it in your color wheel. Now, I'll show you further along as we get going on our page that we will work on today. I'll show you how to color pick and how easy it really is, and to bring in color palettes. If, say, you're doing a color by number and you want the exact color, which we all know in actuality it's really hard to find the exact color that we're looking for, right, in our markers or our colored pencils. So with the Procreate app, you can easily color pick the right colors that you're looking for. Okay, so let me get out. Another thing I should mention is you are going to want the Apple Pencil for this. You can do it with your finger and color with your finger, but the Apple Pencil just makes it feel so much more like coloring on a real page. And I'll also tell you that I have a screen protector on here that is feels like paper. It's actually got a little bit of tooth to it, so that you're not like putting your Apple Pencil right on glass and hearing those clicking noises, and it's just a weird feeling to color or draw on right on the glass. So this screen protector is called Paper Feel, and it's supposed to feel like paper, which it does. It does a very good job. All right, so now we want to find that picture that we just scanned. We go to the little plus sign. These are your canvas size. The two I work with majority of the time is square and paper. So the square one is what I want today. So you can see it looks like a square. Whereas I'll show you what the paper actually looks like, a sheet of paper. So those would be for more of your normal coloring book size pages. But since this is in a square format, we're going to use the square one because I think it will fit better. So I like to shrink. You can use your fingers to pinch to zoom in and zoom out, which is really cool. And then I'm going to go up to this little wrench icon and add, and where it says insert photo, it's going to bring up all my photos that I have. So you can see that I have a lot of screenshots of different coloring pages. These all right here were from Jade Summers' free download of I think 100 different pages. Some of these are screenshots from Pinterest that I take, and then these ones here were pictures I took on my phone. So that wasn't done with a scanner. You can kind of tell the ones that had scanner. I used my scanner app, and the ones that I just took a picture with. So sometimes I take it with my phone and then email it to my iPad. Anyway, so this is the one we just took. It's importing it. And now you want to size it to the piece of paper. So you just kind of bring it like that so it fits the paper the best you can. And we're going to hit that to get rid of all those little lines. And then we're going to go over, this is our layers button. So in Procreate, you can have layers, like almost like sheets of paper on top of one another. So this is our first layer. And if you click on the layer itself, these icons come up. And we're going to hit reference because this is going to be our reference to go by. And I don't want anything like accidentally being smudged or anything like that. It stays just as it is if it's a reference. The other good thing about reference is you see how I zoom in and you can see the numbers really clearly. I can take my color, drag it over, well, there we go, and place it, and it stays right within that box. So if you want a quick way of coloring, let's get a darker color going. If you want a quicker way of filling a space, you can just go like that, and it fills and it stays right within the lines. But you have to be clicked on reference to do that. So I'm going to undo all the ones I just did. So the other, oh, see, I hit undo too many times. Okay, reference. So the other way I like to do it so it feels more like coloring and not just filling in boxes is I add another layer, so layer 2, and see the little N right here? It's on normal right now. I want to bring it to multiply. And this is where it's going to feel like if I have picked my color and I'm coloring, it will stay with, like you can go over the lines, but you still see your lines. Otherwise, if I did not have it on multiply and I had it on normal, see, it would cover up the lines and you wouldn't be able to see it. But multiply puts it so that you can still see your lines. So those are the two things I usually always do before starting any page is I reference my first layer, pull up a second layer and hit multiply. Okay, so now as far as it goes for color picking, the good thing about this book is that the colors are here for you. Now, mind you, they are a little bit wonky, I think, compared to what this shows. So yeah, like 4 is more of a brighter blue than what that shows, and so isn't 3. But that's okay. We can still find it just by taking our finger and holding on to it, and see how that green pops up. So it color picked that color for me. That exact color is number 1. So we're going to go to our palettes. We're going to hit this little plus sign under our palette menu, and we're going to create a new palette. So when I go back to my disc, it's all clear. That color right there, I can put there to save it. So if we bring it down here, it will save it. This this will fill up with our history of colors that we just got done picking. Now that's too dark. Let's see. Well, no, it is a black color. Okay, so we'll see that 3. That's pretty darn close to this 3. Let's see what 4. I think it could be a little bit lighter. Yeah, more. I feel like that is more like that color. So all we're going to do is hold down on this one and delete. And then by holding that, I can move it over. So that's number 4. 5. Orange. 6. Yep, that pretty much matches. 7. Yep. Let's see about 8. If that can give me a right color. 8, yeah, it is pretty close to that brown. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a darker brown. Actually, if I want to, I might lighten it just a tad. Yeah, that's probably more the color I'm looking for. So we're going to delete that one and move that one over. So when I do my color by numbers, my first color is always number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't have to keep referencing the top of the page. Say I'm down here in the middle and I need number 3. Oh, I'll go to the third color in, and then I'll start coloring it in. And it's so nice for those tiny spaces that you can't get to. I mean, you could zoom it right in and color it. So that's what, and then you can zoom out and see what the overall picture is looking like. So the other thing that's really fun is to play around with your brushes. They have different brush styles. These just come, most of these come with the app themselves. Here's soft pastel. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's too big. So you can reduce the size. If you want some texture to your paper and you want it to look like maybe crayon, or I like the more smooth marker look. So let's see, airbrushing has a lot of different smooth, medium airbrush. See, you just got to play with the size. That's the other thing too. If you want a really small brush nib, you just go way down. And if you want a really bug to fill in some big spaces, you go up high. So you can have any size tip, any color, any type of brush. They even have painting. They have ones that look like watercolors. They've got dry brush, oil paint. These all come with the app. You can make your own brushes. You can download brushes just like you can download color palettes. I mean, the possibilities are endless on the type of materials that you can get. The other thing too down here is you can reduce the opacity so things aren't as bright. And then what you can do is also layer on top of it, which is kind of cool. So when you reduce the opacity, you can keep creating layers that just get darker and darker and darker. So that's kind of fun. And then this little button here helps blend. You can actually blend things together, which is a really another cool feature. And same thing, you can have any type of brush you want for your blend brush. And then of course the eraser erases. So say you didn't want to erase everything you just did, but maybe you want to clean up some edges, right? You can use that as a tool as well. And then 2 fingers brings it back. 3 fingers brings it back to its original state. Not to mention these buttons down here also do that. So yeah, this is so much fun to do. You're not constantly switching amongst colors. You're not using up supplies that like your favorite colors are not going to run out because you can keep them in your palettes. So yeah, here's another thing I want to show you. I went through with all my Copic colors that I already have, and did the color picking, and so I have my Copic earth tones, my Copic yellows, my Copic reds, violets, blues, blue greens, greens, grays, and then I also have other palettes, like this is my Creative Haven Christmas color by number. Again, number 1 is at first, number 10, 11, 20, 21. So I don't need numbers there. I know in what order they are, what number they are. This is my box of Stedliter Ergo Softs, my Color Questopia color by numbers, and then some other ones that I found that I liked, Such and Such Deva color by number palette. So, and then I can just pick them up. So if I'm working on a Such and Such Deva, oh, I know I've already got his palette in here. Let me find it. Hit the little 3 icons, set as a default. Go back to my disc. There's my color palette right there. So it's like, it's just so easy. It saves everything for you. Of course, there's no beating actually drawing and coloring on real paper. I still enjoy doing that when I have the time. But for me, this sits right next to me at night. I pull it open. I can zoom in and just start coloring. Oh, bring up the opacity. Just start coloring away. And if I make a mistake, I go into the wrong one, no worries. We'll just go back to where we were. Like, it's just so much easier and fun. It's a lot of fun. You know you're going to get no more worrying about blending lines because the lines are drying and you need to get to it fast. And it's like, it's just so much easier. So yeah, I found that this is really a fun way to color, and I encourage you, if you've got an iPad, try it out. Get Procreate for $10 a month. It's really not that bad. There's so many YouTube videos out there on how to use Procreate for beginners, and so it teaches you all the different things that you can do with the app. And I'm still learning. I've had this since August, but I mean, I'm still learning new stuff about it every single day. So it's kind of, yeah, we always like to learn new things and find new ways of doing stuff. I think that's always fun. So anyway, that was what I wanted to come on and show you. And let me know in the comments below what you thought. And hopefully I can make some more videos in the coming year. All right, everyone, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.